Hi everybody, welcome to my updated for 2024 Absolute Beginner's Guide to DayZ console community server modding, although what I'm talking about does apply mostly to PC as well. And in this episode I'm going to be talking about where you rent a DayZ community server, which server location to use or choose, how many slots you might want to think about. Basically we're going to go through the whole buying process on PlayStation and Xbox as well, just to get you familiar with it and so you don't get tripped up as you're going along. Now, in the description below this video, you'll find a link to the playlist of all these videos that I'm updating for 2024. At the moment, this is only the second one, so I've only done one. Now, hopefully when you come to watch this video, there'll be lots more. So if you click on the playlist, you can go through and you can choose the particular subjects that interest you or you want to find out. You should also see a link to the previous video in the playlist and the next video as well. So you can go through and you can work through the videos sequentially if you want. Also remember, if you ever do a YouTube or a Google or any other type of search for information on DayZ and my or any other videos pop up, always check the date they were recorded, because DayZ is constantly evolving and things do change. And where I come across something that I've done and they've changed, I'll try and put a note on an old video saying, look, it's been updated. But if you're looking something up and it's from several years ago and maybe it doesn't work, then maybe it's because it's been updated. But anyway, let's crack on with renting a game server. Now, we're going to look at PlayStation first, which you can get from the Nitrado website. If you're on Xbox, you either need to do this on your Xbox via the Nitrado app on your Xbox, or download the Nitrado app for your Windows PC or laptop. Right, so here we go. So we're on the Nitrado website, so we can go products, game server. So let's have a look for DayZ, and then we want DayZ, in this case PlayStation 4. If you select Xbox, it will just say, look, you've got to do this on the app. So let's see what we've got. Unfortunately, at the moment anyway, if you're taking out a console server rental plan, you've got to have a minimum of a 10 slot server, as you can see here, which is £11 a month UK money. I think that's probably about $15 a month in the States. And you'd have to adjust for your local currency as you go along. So what I would suggest is, if you can get other people to come in, friends, you can drop you a few bucks either way, then that can make this a lot more viable. Platform, PlayStation 4, works on PlayStation 5 as well. And then we have our location. Now, it's worth putting a bit of thought into this, your location. So let's click on Edit. And what we can see is different values of time here: 15 milliseconds, 23 milliseconds, 82 milliseconds at these different places. So Nitrado have server farms, which just warehouses full of computers, servers all over the world, and your server is going to be sitting on one of these servers, these computers, with a load of others as well, in different places. And depending on where they are, you will get different ping level, which is measured in time. So it's going to take the time for the information to leave your console, go over to the server, and then come back again. And this is your ping. So London, because I'm in the UK, that's the closest one, 15 milliseconds. However, I shouldn't necessarily choose that for my server, especially if I'm going to have other people on my server as well. If I've got lots of people who are playing who may well be in Europe, then maybe I should choose the one in Frankfurt in Germany. If I have lots of people in America and Europe, maybe we should choose the east coast of America. So that would be New York City. So Americans on the west coast are going to have probably like an 80 millisecond ping, but so are people in Europe. If we had, say, people who are in Australia, then although it's quite a long ping, if we chose West Coast USA, we would have quite a long ping then, 145 milliseconds, but it would mean that people in Australia would probably have something around about the same as well. So you're kind of trying to even up the ping between the people on your server. If things go terribly wrong though, and people are having trouble generally with things like logging in and their character not being able to interact with the server, or they actually get kicked, because DayZ will kick people if the ping is too long, you can change the location of your server after the fact. It could be 6 months down the line. However, that does involve a wipe. So the new server that Nitrado will give you will be empty to start off. It'll just have vanilla DayZ on. So then you've got to, you know, obviously change on that. So I'm going to go for, in this case, Germany, and then we say choose package here. So we click on that. And then what you want to do here is you just want to go through and just double check that everything's right. Now, I've already charged my Nitrado wallet. It's already got money in it, so I can pay that way, but you can choose all this other stuff. And then on the right-hand side, just go through and make sure everything's right. So it's going to be a 10-slot game server, DayZ in Germany, PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. It's really easy to accidentally rent a PC one, and it's going to be, you know, for 1 month. And as they say, $10.97 will be charged monthly as a subscription. You can cancel your subscription at any time, and you can turn off automatic updates as well. That's what I don't, on most of mine, I don't think I have automatic updates. So it warns me, it says, look, unless you update it, unless you give us some more money, it's going to turn off in a bit, and you can do that way. Now, I don't actually want another PlayStation server, so we're going to leave that here, but we would click on order, and then we would go on for there. So let's jump over to the Xbox app, because this whole series of Beginner's Guys videos, we're going to be taking an Xbox community server all the way through the process of adding loot to it, different loadout spawns, custom locations, all that sort of stuff. We're going to be doing it. So I do want a blank server. Now this can be a little bit confusing, the Xbox Nitrado app. So what you have along the top here is you click on orders, and what you have along the top here, you have the different games that are available. Now we don't want DayZ PC, which is that one. We want this one, DayZ Xbox. So we click on that. And then what you can do is you can click on latency measurement, and then after a few seconds, it can be quite a while sometimes, it will come back and it will add times to all of these different places. Again, I'm going to go for the German one, this one. So Frankfurt am Main in Deutschland. And we're going to go for a 10-slot server again. You'd be surprised, a 10-slot server can support a large community because people are playing at different times. I'm not going to click renew every 30 days because I want to do that myself. And then we're just going to click on purchase. And that is going to sort of do the thing. So it's probably going to ask me to do some other stuff like enter passwords and things. So we may well just leave. Right, so, and it's going to go through that, and it's going to buy the server for me. Now, once that has happened, what will happen is in your you can then go over to the Nitrado website and log in, and then under your server, your game servers, it will then appear. It takes quite a long time for your server to actually appear here. Because remember, they've got to load up DayZ, they've got to load up the files. I mean, it's done automatically, but it still takes time. So once you've actually bought your server and they say they're installing it, just wait for it to appear. And this is something to remember all the way through when we're doing things like adjusting a server, especially to start off with. Changes can take a little while to take into effect. It's not like you can do this, rename your server, and then quickly jump on and start playing. It's, you know, you're going to wait sort of half an hour or so for something to happen. But there we go. That is the whole buying process for getting a DayZ community server for PlayStation or Xbox. And hopefully you found it useful. Remember, in the description below this video, there's the link to the playlist, the link to the next video, and the link to the previous one. If you found this video useful, though, hit like. And if you want to see more of the same, obviously press subscribe. Thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next one.